to the stage the wonderful Emily Watson. We also have a very versatile called Mescal. Franciosi and Toni to complete Thank you so much. So I'm going to start by a question to the co-directors, Anna Rose and Saela. It's been 7 years since you worked on the Fits, which you directed and you co-edited and wrote together. We were very eager to see your new project, and I wanted to know how it started and why did it take so long? I know you were busy with a lot of different projects, but we were very eager to see what was coming next.
I actually heard, I don't know if it's true, but somebody told me when we were making the Fits that the average time period for women directors between their first and second feature, if they make a second feature, is 8 years. So we came in under the 8 years. But I think that, from the Fits, Celia and I's creative partnership blossomed into something new. We started, we wrote the script for the Fits together, started writing other features and television together as a writing team, and that developed into wanting to be a directing team. So kind of finding our place together was really important before we embarked on number 2.
Interestingly enough, you did not write this script, and you worked with Jeanne. And Jeanne, that was based on a story by Fodhla, Cronin, Riley, I believe it's correct, was refused to come on stage by shyness. Thank you for being here. Can you talk a little bit how you approached working on this, and then how you met and worked on the script to make the film with yourself?
Yeah, so we worked on the script for a long time actually. It was like a decade almost. So like 2013 I think we first started working on the story, myself and Fodhla. Yeah, so Fodhla grew up in an environment like this. I grew up in a town close by, and we wanted to set something in that world that we always felt was kind of epic. And we came upon this idea for the story about a mother and son, and a lie that she tells to protect him. And we wrote a script that was very basic, and probably wouldn't have had as much depth as without Anne and Celia. So when we had a script that we were happy with, we wanted to elevate the project. And having watched the Fits and loved the language and visual storytelling, and I mean it's an amazing film, we thought we couldn't get better collaborators than Anne and Celia. Sometimes you need an outsider to see a world like this that we know very intimately, so that's why I think we fell in love with them and their film.
The role interpreted by Emily Watson is extremely rich and complex. Emily goes well as really deep connection. You can see it in the face. There's kindness, humanity, strength. However, the character also has some flaws. She has unfairness, she refuses to see the lies, and she perpetuates the tradition. I think she's a wonderful and the perfect example of the actress for playing that role. So can you talk about how you brought Emily into the project, and then Emily, can you talk about your experience working with Anna Rose and Saela?
Yeah, I think when we first read this script, what captivated us most was this character, Aileen, and just that she was kind of like the forefront of the story. Usually, these stories, these characters the female characters become like the backdrop to this protagonist, and for us, like having her at the fore was important, and then kind of the emotional journey she goes on was something we really connected with. And we knew we needed an artist who would protect that space, share that space with us, and collaborate with us to bring her to life. And when we met Emily, you know, we know her body of work, we love her body of work, and we were like, this is our Aileen, and we were just so joyful and lucky when she came on board.
Well, I read the script before I met anybody, and it was beautiful, and I felt very profound. It felt very alien to me, because I'm, you know, a white English middle-class girl, and so it was a long journey to reach a place where I felt, okay, and my place in this company. But Anna and Celia are, to me, amazing leaders. Their work, by the time we made this film, they had thought about every moment in it very profoundly. And their direction was very quiet, very subtle, but very deep and very strong. And they were the opposite of demonstrative. And they collected people around. There wasn't anybody who didn't feel utterly empathetic to what we were doing. It was a beautiful experience, the whole thing.
I'd like to ask a question to Paul, who plays a character, but I would say is not the most sympathetic. But there's also a lot of duality, because you have a lot of warmth and friendliness, and you can see why people's eyes would be on you. At the same time, you play a character with a lot of darkness and secrets that not everybody will like in the film. So what attracted you to being part of the film, and can you talk about this experience?
Yeah, I think, so this is my first time talking about the film like this, so it's not incredibly articulate, I apologise, but I think what happens in the film, and that's a scary thing to approach and think about. And when I was reading the script, I was just absolutely blown away by it, but my concerns would have been around how directors and Celia would have approached a character like Brian, who does what he does, and I think we decided very early on to treat him with as much love as anybody else, and let the audience decide and encounter the film for themselves. And I think it's just a scary thing to like jump into, but once you're in the middle of it, you just treat the character with the kind of respect of the craft, and having directors that were holding him up, I think allows the film to leave an audience with a kind of complicated response, and then to get to go into like the trenches with Emily on a daily basis is like truly one of like the great privileges of my career. So yeah.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.